Come here now, girl.
Hello and welcome to WhatsMap, your one-stop shop for everything workshop. I'm BonBonB and you're very, very welcome. Right, it's Tuesday's request day. Today's map was requested by the creator and is of a real-life location, although with a twist rather than being an exact one-to-one recreation. Now I'm going to tell you the map is good to go. Looks good, the detailing is pretty decent, and the gameplay is there in droves. Which is surprising when...
It's my first map.
I know, right? I wasn't expecting anywhere near this good. Quite often the Tuesday map is the weakest map of the week. Not so this week, I feel. I'm not seeing the rest of this week. It's going to stand right up there, I tell you. That's right, standing right up there is a really good way of supporting the channel, getting me seen by more people, and hitting the like button as well. That helps too. Thanks for your support. Today's map is Santos Brazil by Roxdew. I think that's how that be pronounced. I think so. Roxdew. Okay, let's have a little look at that start square, shall we? There we go. Start square intersection isn't a recreation of the actual intersection. So again, we're just playing a little bit in the seat of our pants in places. Yes, terrain heights very buildable with some mountains here and there and whatever, taken from the actual terrain height map, I would say. Resources good and strong, lots of options going on there as well. And if you have Sunset Harbour and you want to do some fishing, all of the varieties are available. Big score for that, for what it matters. Off to the workshop. What do we need? No DLC is required today. There is a one-click collection and also a really good write-up, so have a good read of that. Bit of historical information as well. Theme and Lut settings. We're using the natural beauty theme and the photo 2.09 Lut, which is a very nice Lut as well. Some daylight classic settings and stuff also. And then you've got your one-click collection, which is plants and keys and rocks. We've got rocks as well, and we've got custom bridge, custom bridge as well, and decals, a few decals, and we've got a flag and some tile keys and some Seychelles rocks and network extensions too, and unlimited tree mod as well. Tunnel entrances also. So lots of little bits and pieces, and it's put to pretty good use. I've got to say that it's being put to pretty good use. We've seen maps which have got more things that look less good. Okay. And what have we got here? Elevated section there. That looks all right to me. 4-lane network extensions road. So all of the lanes there. Lots of the lanes handle a lot of traffic, as long as the traffic decides not to all queue up in the same lane. And a lot of that will be down to how you personally handle the traffic. And of course, you could always make use of Traffic Manager Present Edition, which is a marvellous must-have mod, of course. Okay, heading down towards our first intersection. Now, there's quite a lot of highways and byways and railways and whatever on the map. We're not going to follow every single one of them. We're just going to take one route in towards the start square and out the other way. But you just can't check everything. You just can't do it. Not on this map. It's a busy map. I'm telling you, it's a very busy map. Trumpet looking intersection there. I'm going to say I quite like the look of that. And of course, we have got the lane mathematics, except for this little section here. Looks like it's two-way road to me. I've got no arrows going the other way, but I reckon that is a two-way road there. So we've only got 2 lanes out of 4. So that's a bit of an oopsie. Oopsies happen. And again, it's easily fixed with a couple of clicks of the upgrade button. 4 lanes into 4, that's always, well, that's what you want, isn't it? I think. If you're going to be using 4-lane highways, then have 2 lanes and 2 lanes merging in together to make 4. It just makes all of the sense. Another intersection here, and this one's feels a little bit loose, but it's perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. No problems with it at all. And no major issues. Well, apart from this palm tree that wants to grow through the concrete. But these things happen when you put trees underneath sometimes. Custom bridge. That looks okay, I think. I think. just an observation about the pillars on this end. We've got some mismatching of pillars. Did you see that? You see it under here. Look, see? We've got mismatching there. You've got one there. We've got one just here as well. And then the rest of them are yeah. You've got the gist, I think. Now, the bridge there is, I do believe, if I remember rightly, because I have checked Google Earth, it's just a regular, low, standard, non-suspension bridge. Just a regular bridge, really. And so, so yeah, a little bit of creativity going on throughout the map, really. Like this intersection. It's very nicely done, intersection. Which route shall we take? No, that's off towards the edge of the map. I think we need to head towards the start square, so let's go this way. Oh yeah, off towards the start square. Now we're there are two towns here, and I've forgotten the name of it. Oh, Vicenza, I think, Vicenzi, something. Anyway, we're not actually in Santos at the moment. It's the other side of that huge, great big lump of rock in front of us. There is where Santos will start. Oh, I did have this written down. It's gone. Anyway, here's your start square intersection. Now, it's nicely detailed. I do have a minor grumble with it, given that it is completely 100% fictional, and we have these elevated roads at ground level causing these indents into the ground, which aren't pretty. And if it was a take on the real actual intersection that it did that, then that'd be fine. But yeah, it's just a little bit clunky, I'm afraid. There, network extensions to tunnels, which means fully rendered, beautifully done, of course. Down this side, there's a feature on top of that hill, which I never went back to have a look at. We're never going to see what's going on with that feature on the top of the hill. Sorry. You have to load the map and go and have a look yourself, okay? Reasons to explore maps is things that BonBonB have missed in this review. Don't do that. Do check out other people's maps. We'll go back. We will be checking out that little feature area on the flyback. But yeah, can't believe... because I think I saw some smoke coming out of the Park Life Trolls Cave at the top of that hill. I'm sure I saw that. But damn it, I'm not going back. No, I'm not going back. No. Okay, we head round this way, other side of the river. I do believe there is like ferries going on here. There is no bridge in real life at that location, but there is a fort over there. And again, Rockstew has taken on a particular design for that. It's not exact replication, but why not? Eh? Why not be a little bit creative? Down here, we'll be joining the rail here at this point, but I want to show you this intersection because it caught my eye, and it's a bit different, and we don't often see different. Quite often we see the same old thing over and over again. This one's just very nicely done. Again, good solid work. There's good solid work throughout. Now if we drop down to the rail over here, and the rail is going to be pretty good as well. I'm going to be honest with you. The standards are pretty solid throughout. Now, this isn't, as I've said before, this isn't a one-to-one recreation of Santos at all. But I had a little look at Google Earth, which I'll show you in a moment. And Santos looks very much like when we had Las Vegas last week. Looks very much like a Cities Skylines city. So it'd be a particularly good one to actually recreate. We actually have a dock this far inland, actually, in real life. So there is that. But yes, what I was saying is the... yeah, to recreate Santos on this map, you could do a really good recreation of the city because of the way that it's laid out and spanned. Oh, a little bit of floating foliage there. Yeah, because of the way that it's spanned out across the map, it does look like a Cities Skylines city build. Here we go. This is the map. Oh, I'll keep you the rest of the screen up while we're here. A bit of encroaching foliage there, but there you go. That's the city there. It comes around this way. You've got the docks at the top, which are right there. And I think we'll come back. This is a passenger route this way, so we'll follow this way. And that's your start square area there. And the whole thing just looks very much like it was actually built in Cities Skylines. So when I get to the end of the map review and actually say I would like this to have been a little bit more true to life, that's why, because I feel that it would fit really very nicely with an actual Cities Skylines build. tunnel just dips down into the ground a little bit too much there for my liking. Sloping tunnels aren't great for rail, in my opinion. Popping out there as well. And then terminus here. So we'll take a short intermission. We'll come back with the shipping.
Fed up with vanilla or ploppable parking lots in your city? Wondering what Bonnie Day's Parking Lots Roads is all about? Then you need BonBonB's Parking Lots tutorial. Click the information button below.
And so back to Santos Brazil by Rockstew and the shipping routes. And we have shipping routes. Now, there are shipping routes here, and as you saw, we have the docks quite a long way inland. We'll follow the sweeping loops here. And yeah, there is a shipping route that comes all the way up here past the fort. Up here past these docks areas here, and then you get to the main dock up here, and in real life it is actually situated all the way up this far. A little bit of shipping clipping on that pillar there, unfortunately, for the ships coming back this way. But there we go. So you can get the ships all the way up here, but then you get a little bit creative, and I would say there is no shipping goes all the way up there. I could be wrong, but it does look like there would be no shipping going any further, and there's definitely shouldn't be any shipping coming up this way. We've got bridges that are way too low in real life, although that one is plenty high enough. So again, a little bit of creativity just takes away from the immersion a little bit for me. It's all good, but I'd rather it was a little bit more realistic and true to life. Water flow, really good water flow there with a drain point there, and then a drain point there as well. So you get a little bit of water flowing upstream, a little bit of water flowing downstream. So not a realistic water flow, but it works. You have water flow coming through past the start square right here. In fact, I think there's a drain point around here somewhere as well. Somewhere. Oh, there's plenty out here in the ocean. So yes, lots of options with water flow. The map as a whole, I just really like the overall aesthetic of it, you know. It's clearly Santos. You got that's where Santos is. That's the other. Was it Vicente? I don't know. I'm sure it's Vicente or something like that. And then up here. Now, my main grumble. You know, I normally say I don't like to see trees on cliff faces. I would really like to have seen this entire just covered in trees. I just would. In real life, it is completely dense up there, and to cut back on the trees, this area down here, which is all going to be for city build, I would have really thinned out these, and maybe just a few light patches of foliage there, so you can move some more trees up into the mountains. The beaches, of course, look amazing, lined beautifully with the palm trees there. And while we're down here, this feature area I was talking about, first of all, this little twist of paths here, that is actually a skate park in real life. And this is like a viewing area. And I suspect this is for competitive surfing. I'm guessing, I could be wrong, but here you got rolling waves in real life, rolling into the beach. And why else would you have these here? To view side on with the surfers. I think that's a brilliant work recreating what is actually there in real life. Nicely done. Okay, then you got this fort thing down here. Now, it's a twist on reality. It's nice. What is here is very nicely done, and very pretty, and very creative. And I don't like it. I hate to say it. It's a personal thing, always a personal thing. I don't like it. Heading around here, this here, just keep wanting to see the Statue of Liberty crunched into the ground. I feel like it's like the end of Planet of the Apes there. I know we're in the wrong part of America, but that's how it felt when I went round there. And then down here, this island exists in real life. It is connected by a bridge. And this is a classic Bonbon Island. I love this. It's just the right size. I have one pier too many for my personal taste. But I like that. That is very nice indeed. If somebody wants to start a GoFundMe to go and buy me this island in real life, I would have it, because I've had a little look and it looks amazing in Google Earth as well. I'm not going to show you it, but I just sort of mention it. So GoFundMe, I reckon it'll cost me cost you a few million. Oh, look, it's everybody's favourite factories. Yes, it only cost you a few million. I mean, 15, 20 million, I imagine, something like that. Well worth it. Another very, very slick intersection going on there. Oh, I'm serious. I'm serious. Buy me the island. I would move to Brazil for that. We've got a really very nice quarry down here. Now, they do say in the description that there is the possibility of the need for industries for a fence, which is this fence here. So without industries, you won't get this fence, but I don't think it's really needed. A little bit of detailing issue down here with the ramshackle house, just like being a little bit too high, and so you get a bit of glitching there. But yes, that's all good. Apparently also there might be the need for natural disasters for a warning sign. Again, I don't really think it's absolutely necessary, so I haven't mentioned it into the show. I'm loving this water area. This wet area is superb. Very nicely done. A lot of foliage there as well. It could be thinned out just a little bit to allow for more on the mountains. And this is that harbour area, the official docks. And very nicely detailed down here as well, with some grasses which are just encroaching onto the highway there, just a little bit. Not too bad though. And then what else? I've got so many, and then there's so many and thens with this map. If we head over this way, I mean, we're skipping over so much as well, and we're going really fast also. We've got some defences here. If we have a little look around here, loads of nobody's invading this beach. Come the other way, come up the other beach. Sneak up from behind. Or another, possibly, sure that's an industries fence there. And then we've got the switchbacks going up here. Look at the rockfall work as well, with the decals. That is really very nice work. All of the credit for that. That's one of the nicest bits of rockfalls I've seen. And again, we've got some guns there pointing out over the bay here. And what they've been shooting at, the answer is this freighter, which has spilled all of its cargo. And again, this is very nice. Completely missable detailing. Being out here in the corner of the map, deep in the fog. Doesn't really matter. Nobody really cares. So, no, but very nicely done too. What more have we got to have a look at that we might... Oh, down here, there's some farms down here as well. A very cleanly done farming area as well. It's a very busy map. Oh, and it's a big old bridge. Everybody loves a big old bridge. And it's been, again, cleanly done. Very tidily done. So, right, I think we have a look at the start square. There's your start square there. It's quite flat, actually. It looks like it might be undulated, but when you actually get down to ground level, you can see we've got no lines of terrain there at all. So that's all good. All right, if we pull back so we can set up for the big swoop down again, as we just swooped up. Yeah, swooping in, swooping down. Today's asset of the day, first time on the Steam Weekly chart for Lead TG3 with the American Industrial 1. A very basic looking building, but very usable. Very generic buildings are very usable, and you can't get enough of them on the workshop. So a very good first one to appear on the chart for Lead TG3. And factoids, because factoids. Cats, as in the feline creatures, have no facility for tasting sugar. Unlike dogs, where they'll lap anything up, won't they? Dogs, yum yum. Anyway, American Industrial 1 by Lead TG3. Very nice, very first asset from them. On the show, I don't know if it's their very first asset, I haven't checked, but on the show, very nice. Anyway, if you're still here, you should be voting on today's map. Is it a 1-star map? Is it a 5-star map? Is it somewhere in between? Your vote really does count. We use it at the end of the month for the Viewer's Choice Top 10. Will this be one of the top 10 maps of the month? Only you can decide. Hit the I button in the top right hand corner of your screen now. We'll take you to the voting page where you can vote for free. What do I think of today's map though? Okay, let's say it. Aesthetically, I'm quite big on this. I think it looks very strong indeed. I think I would much preferred it to look a little bit more, well, tropical on those hills, on those mountains. More tree coverage on the cliff. And I know it's contradicting everything I always normally say, but I feel that it needed it. And so I'm going to give it 4. It's going to be a low 4. Detailing. There's lots of really good detailing throughout, and a few bits holding it back that I just don't really buy into. I'm going to go for a high 3. It's very close to 4 stars. It's just the buying into aspect that I'm struggling with. Gameplay potential, pretty playable. I would go for a high 4 if it was more realistic to Santos. But because it's more of a fantasy map and I wanted more realism, I'm going to go for a low 4. 4 stars for gameplay. Santos Brazil by Rock Stew. I really quite like this one. If it was more of a fictional map, I think it would score higher. But because it's based on a real life location, it's a bit of a paradox. I would want actually to recreate Santos. And it feels a bit of a... Anyway, you know where I'm going. If you're still here, you are part of the 20 and out elite. Use the words of the day into the comments to score yourself 100 population points just for fun. And of course, to announce that you are part of the elite that gets to the end of the show. Keep it our secret though. You know it.